Hi guys, good morning to all of you. Yes, can you hear me guys? Yeah, so thank you for your response. Yeah, okay, fine. So let us start our session. Yes, yesterday's, let me open document. Do 10 a.m. August. Yes, let us continue yesterday topic. Yes, storage. Data storage, traditional systems versus Hadoop, right? So yesterday discussed about traditional systems. Traditional systems discussed. Okay. Oracle database, increasing capacity is a vertical scaling. Traditional systems follows vertical scaling. Okay, just increasing volume of server, it's a vertical scaling. Okay, yes, next. Yes, Hadoop storage follows horizontal scaling. So what is horizontal scaling? Let us see this. Horizontal scaling. What is this function? Yes, let me take cluster. So this is cluster. Cluster. Yes. No data storage, data loading request. Yes, data loading request. Okay. Now loading data. How this here? Suppose file one with 100 GB data. File with 100 GB data, right? Yes, 100 GB data equal to how many blocks? Yesterday we discussed 800 blocks, right? Yes, see, 1 GB. Yes, 1 GB equal to 1 GB equal to how many blocks? Yes, here size of each block. Size of each block is equal to 128 MB. Size of each block is 128 MB, right? Size of each block is 128 MB. Then 1 GB equal to how many blocks? Size of each block is 128 MB. Then 1 GB is equal to how many blocks? So 1 GB is equal to how many blocks? Let us see that. How many blocks? Right, okay. How many blocks? That's the question here. So 1 GB. So 1 GB is equal to 1024 MB, right? 1 GB equal to 1024 MB. 1 GB is equal to 1024 MB. 1 second. Yes, if anyone unable to hear me, yes, rejoin. Just rejoin into session. Yes, rejoin. Yes, this guy unable to hear is not showing green color. Yes, if anyone unable to hear me, just rejoin. Rejoin into session. Okay. Yes. 1 GB equal to how many blocks? 500 GB data. 1 GB equal to 1024 MB, right? That means here 1024 divided by 120 MB. So this value is equal to 8, right? 8 blocks. It's 8 blocks, right? 1 GB equal to 8 blocks. Okay, 1 GB equal to 8 blocks. Alright, okay. Then 100 GB equal to how many blocks here? 1 GB equal to 8 blocks. 100 GB equal to how many blocks here? 800 blocks. Just 800 blocks here. Okay, 800 blocks. Okay, yes. So 100 GB is equal to 800 blocks. Okay, right. So 1 GB equal to how many blocks here? So 1 GB equal to, yes, 1 GB equal to 8 blocks here. So 100 GB equal to 800 blocks. Okay. See here, size of each block is 128 MB. Size of each block. 1 GB equal to 1024. 1024 divided by 128. So 1024 divided by 128 is equal to here 8 blocks. So getting 8 blocks. Fine. Now 100 GB equal to 800 blocks. That's it. 100 GB equal to 800 blocks. That's it here. Now this 800 blocks of data. So you can data, yes, end user request. Data loading rate. Yes. Suppose file one with 100 GB size. File with 100 GB, right? This request simply goes to name node. Okay. Name node taking 100 GB data. Just name node taking 100 GB data. Yes, name node taking 100 GB data. Yes, here name node taking, yes, first end user request, data loading request, right? File one loading rate. That request simply goes to name node. Just request goes to name node. Okay. So name node taking that 100 GB data divides into multiple blocks. So name node taking 100 GB data, just taking 100 GB data, taking 100 GB data divides into multiple blocks. So how many blocks here? Divides into multiple blocks. Then how many blocks here? 800 blocks, right? That 100 GB data first of all divides into 800 blocks. See, every request goes to name node. Data loading request. Now our request is to load the data into cluster. Okay, when you trying to load the data into cluster here, that request simply goes to name node. Yes, name node taking your 100 GB data, file 100 GB data, and dividing like this. Okay, that becomes 800 blocks, right? 800 blocks. Okay, now that 800 blocks of data equally, it will try to distribute equally onto the cluster. That 800 blocks equally, it will distribute onto cluster here. How this is here? Yes, 5% of total data. 5% of total data on each node, on each node, on each node, on each node. This Hadoop algorithm here. Hadoop was developed like this. Okay, on each node here. Okay, so 5% of total data on the each node, right? So 5% of total data on each node. Right, okay? Yes. Now okay, there are 800 blocks. So 5% of total data on each node means how many nodes totally here? 20 nodes, right? So totally, yes, 20 nodes. Totally here, yes, 20 nodes. 20 nodes, right? 20 nodes. Okay. So 5%, 20 multiplied by 5 is equal to 100%, right? Yes, 5% of total. Yes, 5% of total data. So 5% of total data means, yes, on each node 5% of total data. 5 like this. How many 5 is 100 here? 20, right? So 20 nodes, totally 20 nodes. Data distributing onto 20 nodes in cluster. So data, totally 20 nodes, right? So data, yes. So data, yes, distributing, yes, distributing onto, yes, onto 20 nodes in the cluster. 20 nodes in the cluster, correct? 20 nodes in the cluster, right? 20 nodes in the cluster. 20 nodes in the cluster. Okay. So data distributing onto, yes, onto 20 nodes, onto 20 nodes in the cluster, right? This is okay. Now 5% of 800 blocks. So 5% of 800 blocks. 5% of 800 blocks is equal to here. How many here? 40 blocks. Just 40 blocks, right? Just 40 blocks. Just 40 blocks. So one node 40 blocks. Here 40 blocks. Yes, here looking for 40 blocks. Suppose 40 blocks available storing here. Suppose next looking for next one here. Next looking for 40 blocks. Here not available. Then looking for this. Suppose here 40 blocks available. Suppose looking for 40 blocks. But here only 30 blocks available. No, it won't store here. Just 40 equally dividing here. Equally storing 40 like this. Okay, if 40 blocks of space available, then storing, otherwise it won't, because it has to distribute equally. Okay, here like suppose here 40 blocks, in another node maybe 10 blocks, in another node maybe 20 blocks, In another node, maybe 30 blocks. What happens here? That is imbalanced cluster. That is not a balanced cluster here. Yes, that is not a balanced cluster. Equally distributing is a balanced cluster. A file has to distribute equally. Okay. Suppose if not distributed equally, that is imbalanced cluster. That is not correct. That is not correct. So file has to distribute equally. Okay. Hadoop following such kind of algorithm here. Okay. Now what happens here? So first, yes, checks for the 40 blocks. Yes, here using this, right? Suppose if not available, then go to next one here. Looking for next 40 here. Looking for next 40 here. Looking for next 40 here, right? Okay, 5% of total data equally distributing here. Equally distributing. 5% is here, 5% is here, 5% is here, 5% is 5% like this. Equally distributing like this. So 20 nodes. The data distributing onto 20 nodes in cluster. 20 nodes, right? Okay. Suppose very huge amount of more than 100 GB is there here. 100 GB is there here. That case, not 20 nodes here. More than, yes, very huge amount of data is there. Yes, now that algorithm changes. So 5% is divided by 2. Means that's equal to here 2%. Yes, 2%. That 5% divided by 2 off. That will make it off here. That 5% become off. If very huge amount of data is there. Okay, so that case 2% is 2%, right? So that means here, yes, in place of 20 nodes, maybe 40 nodes using or 50 nodes using. Yes, very big data, very huge amount of data. That algorithm changes here. Okay, algorithm, yes, default algorithm is 5%. Default is 5%. Okay, suppose very big data getting here. Yes, very big data, like 1 TB data file getting here, 1 TB data file getting here, 1 TB data file. That case, that algorithm becomes off here. Yes, off means 2%. So 2%, right? 2%, 50 nodes. Yes, 1 TB data load storing into 50 nodes in class, right? Yes, that nodes increases. That nodes increases, right? Default is 5% default algorithm. Suppose big data, 1 TB data file is there. That case, that becomes 2%. That 5 converts into 2%. 5 converts into 2% here. Then using 50 nodes. Okay, so 1 TB data distributing onto 50 nodes in cluster. Suppose 100 GB data, 100 GB data, 20 nodes. But 1 TB data, that becomes 50 nodes. Yes, here huge amount of data is there. That case again, that divides into half here, right? Now becomes 2% like this. Okay, like this. So dividing into multiple nodes in cluster like this. So the data distribution. Yes, equally distributing. Yes, name node always it will try to distribute equally on to multiple nodes in cluster. It's a balanced cluster. Equally distribution. That file should be equally distributed. Reason, I'll tell you next topic. Next topic, data processing is there. That time you can understand why equally distribution required. Why equal distribution required here. That topic we'll discuss next one. Data processing. That time I'll explain. Okay. So the data distributing. Data storage like this. Okay. Yes, file one loaded here. Yes, next file. Suppose for example here in this cluster loading data. Suppose historical data loading. For example, historical data. Suppose 2010 to 2019. That historical data loading to cluster here. Historical data. Yes, historical data loading into cluster. Yes, historical data loading into cluster. What happens here? Suppose 2010 completed loading, 2011 year completed, 2012 year completed, 2013 also completed. Next, while loading 2014 data, yes, cluster failed. Suppose currently cluster is 100 nodes cluster. Assume that 100 nodes cluster. There are 100 nodes. In cluster, there are 100 nodes. Okay. No excluding name nodes, only data nodes. That 20 nodes, only data nodes. Is where the data storing on data nodes. Actual data on these data nodes. Actual data on the data nodes. Okay. So actual data is on the data nodes. So actual data on the data node, that's the reason only data nodes, not name. Name node is not for the actual data. Name node is for controlling cluster. Name node is to control the cluster. Name node is responsible to take the request from the users here, taking request and performing request. Name node is a controller, not to maintain data. Name node just it's a controller, it's a master. Yes, slave nodes. Slave nodes, data node 1, data node 2, data node 3, like this. All slave nodes. Now only slave nodes. Slave nodes are responsible to store data. Name node is responsible to take the request. So name node takes the request from the end user, okay, and send to data node. Data node has to process that request. Okay. So name node is a centralized controller taking request, not to store data. Where to store data? Data nodes. Data nodes are to store data here. Data nodes are using for the storing data. Data nodes are for storing data. Okay. So name node is to take the request. Data nodes are to store the data here. Storing data, right? Only data nodes. The 20 nodes are, yes, excluding name nodes. Okay. Excluding, not including. Okay. Yes. All the 20 nodes must be data nodes only. Okay. Fine. Now here, let us see. Here, 2014. Yes, after finishing this 2013 up to this data loading here, 2014 data for this already cluster filled. Suppose this cluster is filled. What happens? Suppose initially 100 nodes cluster. If cluster is filled, then admin can add some more nodes. Without disturbing existing cluster, you can add 5 more nodes or 10 more nodes. Depends on data. Depends on data. So you're adding 5 more nodes. Just 5 nodes added, right? 5 nodes added. Okay, 5 nodes. Now these 5 nodes also communicating with the, yes, name nodes. All the 5 nodes. These 5 nodes also will be communicating name nodes. Every data node will be communicating with name nodes. Okay, every data node communicating with name nodes. So these 5 name nodes, yes, 5 data nodes also is communicating name nodes. 5 data nodes. Okay, right. Right. Yes, all these 5 nodes. All these 5 nodes communicates with data nodes. Okay. Suppose these 5 nodes also filled. Suppose these 5 nodes also filled. Okay. Yes, loading 5 nodes filled here. Then you can add 5 more nodes. Again, without disturbing existing setup, you can add next 5 nodes. Now adding next 5 nodes. Adding next 5 nodes. Suppose this is filled here. Now you can add next 5 nodes. So continuously can add like this. Adding 5. Next 5. Next 5. Like this. So next 5. Like this. Next 5. Like this. Still data getting, yes, next you can add 5 here. Next 5. Next 5. Continuously can add yours like this. Adding 5 or adding 10 also. Depends on data. Depends on data, adding nodes continuous like this. Adding continuous like this. Yeah, then how many nodes? Like this, how many nodes? Maximum, yes, max number of nodes in a cluster. Nodes in a cluster. Max number of nodes in a cluster. In a cluster, right? So max number of nodes in a cluster. So max number of nodes. How many nodes? See this here. Initially 100 node cluster. 100 nodes cluster here. So once cluster filled, we added 5 nodes. Next 5. Next 5. Next 5. So next like this continuously adding here, right? Like this, how many nodes? Yes, what's the limit here? There's the limit for this, right? What's the limit for this? Maximum nodes in a cluster is equal to here. Yes, Hadoop 1.x version. Yes, Hadoop 1.x version is 4,000 nodes. 4,000 nodes. Yes, 4,000 nodes can be. Yes, Hadoop. Yes, 2.x version in this 8,000. Yes, 10,000 nodes. Up to 10,000 nodes. Yes, second version of Hadoop supports 10,000 nodes. Node means computers. Node means computers here. Okay, no confusion here. Node means it's a computer. Node means just it's a computer here. Node means just it's a computer. Node means just computer. So suppose already existing clusters, 100 computers are there. 100 computers here. Suppose once a cluster is filled here. Yes, we can add 5 more computers. Adding 5 more computers. Adding 5 more. Why adding 5 more like this? So this is, yes, here any amount of data. Yes, by adding nodes like this. Yes, you can store any amount of data. Okay, So like this 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, like this, that years of data loading, right? So once existing cluster filled, you can add some more nodes. You can add some more nodes. Continuously you can add it, right? So up to how many nodes get 10,000 nodes? 10,000 nodes, right? So maximum number of nodes in cluster is 10,000 nodes. Suppose cluster is filled. Then cluster is filled. Then we can set up one more cluster. So one more cluster. Yes, we can go for one more cluster setup. So one more cluster setup. One more cluster. Okay. Just one more cluster, right? Yes. Cluster filled. One more cluster setup with yes 10,000 nodes, right? 10,000. Suppose these also filled. These also filled here. So one more cluster again here. So this is second cluster. Second cluster. Yes. Second cluster here. Cluster is filled. You can go for cluster. Suppose second cluster also filled. Then we can go with third cluster. Third cluster. We have the one more cluster. Your third cluster. So next third cluster, right? Third cluster. You can add one more cluster. Third cluster. Suppose third cluster also filled. Fourth one. Fourth is filled. Fifth one. Like this. Maximum number of clusters. Maximum number of clusters. Maximum number of clusters. Yes. Yes. How many clusters we can configure? Maximum number of clusters is equal to here 17 clusters. 17 clusters. Okay. So total maximum number of clusters are 17 clusters. We can configure 17 clusters. That means total number of nodes. Yes, total number of nodes in a cluster. Total number of nodes in a cluster. Total number of nodes in a cluster is equal to how much here? Total number of nodes in a cluster is equal to 17 multiplied by how much here? 10,000, right? So that's equal to here 1 lakh. Yes, 70,000 nodes. 1,70,000 nodes. Okay. Total number of nodes in a cluster is equal to 17 multiplied by 10,000 is equal to 1,70,000. This much of nodes. That means this much of computers you can add it here. This much of computers. Okay. Right. Yes. The newly joined guy is unable to hear me. Yes. Satish. Just rejoin. Yes, you can see my screen, but unable to hear me. Yes. Now see this. Yes, here. Yes, what's your question? When we have multiple clusters, can I say we will be having multiple name nodes? Yes. For every cluster, separate name node required. For every cluster, separate name node is required. Okay. Yes. Now see, I'm repeating once again topic here. Repeating once again. So data storage like this. This is configured like this, right? Suppose initially cluster capacity is 100 nodes. Initially cluster capacity is 100 nodes. Initially cluster capacity, let us say 100 nodes. 100 nodes. Okay. Yes, now loading historical data. Historical data. 2010 data loaded. 2011 year data loaded. 2012 year data loaded. 2013 year that data loaded. 2014 of loading 2014 cluster is filled. All that 100 nodes are filled. Then what's the here? Yes, admin can add 5 more nodes. 5 nodes to the existing cluster. These 5 nodes also communicating with the existing cluster. Okay. Suppose these 5 next loading. So next year data loading, maybe 2015 data loading. Suppose here again this is filled. Then adding 5 more nodes, right? Adding 5 more nodes. Okay, right? Yes, next step. Yes, suppose filled again 5 more nodes. Filled again 5 more nodes. Like this continuously here 5 more like this. Next to 5, next to 5, next to 5, next to 5. Like this continuously. Next to 5, next to 5 like this. Continuously can add, right? Like this, how many nodes? Like this, how many nodes get? Maximum is 10,000 nodes. Yes, maximum number of nodes in a cluster. Maximum number of nodes in a cluster. Yes, as per 1.x version, it's a 4,000 nodes. As per second version of Hadoop, it's a 10,000 nodes. You can have up to 10,000 nodes. In second version of Hadoop here, first version is 4,000 nodes. Second version is 10,000 nodes. That okay? Yes, suppose 10,000 nodes also filled. Yes, all 10 nodes are filled. All 10,000 nodes are filled. All 10,000 nodes are filled here. Then we can go for one more cluster setup with 10,000 nodes. Means second cluster. It's a second cluster. Suppose second cluster also filled, then you can go for third cluster. Third is also filled, then fourth cluster. Fourth filled, fifth one, sixth one. Like this, how many clusters? Maximum number of clusters, 17 clusters. For each and every cluster, separate name nodes. Okay, there are 17 clusters, 17 name nodes are required. For every cluster, there is a separate name node required here. For every cluster, there is a separate name node required. Okay, name node is not common for all the clusters. For every cluster, separate name node required. Separate name node. Okay, so maximum number of clusters equal to 17 clusters. That means total number of nodes means computers. Total number of computers. Node is nothing but computer. Okay, total number of computers in a yes in a not cluster here in a data center. In a data center divides into 17 clusters. Okay, total number of nodes in a data center is equal to 17 clusters. 17 clusters multiplied by 10,000 is equal to 1,70,000 nodes. 1,70,000 nodes. Okay, so that means huge amount of data we can store in data center, right? Okay, yes, here recommended storage is, yes, previously we discussed recommended storage 40 TB. This is recommended 40 TB recommended. Around so 50 TB recommended around. Okay, so 1,70,000 nodes multiplied by yes 50 TB is equal to how much? This equal to here 1,70,000 means just 50 plus 35, 85. Yes, 85,000 TB is equal to 50. So 1,70,000 50 means 85,000 TB here. Okay. Now 1 second. 85,000. Yeah. So 50 multiplied by, yeah, this is of this 85,000. Yes, 1 second. Yes, 0. Yes, next 0. Yes, 1,70,000. Yes, multiplied by 50 here, not 85,000 here. So 1 second. Yes, of 85,000 next 10 multiplication 0 next 5. Yes, next one more 0. This is this much here. This much of TB. Right? This much of TB, right? So 1 lakh into 1,70,000 into 50 means 85 lakhs, right? 1 lakh into 50. Yes, 5 times 1 lakh means 8 lakhs. 8 lakhs. 1 lakh into 50. 1 lakh into no, 85 is right. Into 50 times, right? So this value is equal to how much here? This value equal to here. Remove 3 zeros. Yes, that is a yes petabytes. 8,500 petabytes. Yes, 8,500 petabytes. Yes, again here that convert into yes petabytes, exabytes, 8.5 exabytes. That is yes, divide by 1,000, divide by 1,000, divide by 1,000. Like this, you can convert, right? Yes, previous class we discussed that conversions here. Previous class conversions, right? See that conversions. This is 1 KB, megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, petabytes, exabytes. Okay. See here, kilobytes converted into megabytes means by 1,000. Gigabytes by 1,000 is terabytes. Terabytes by 1,000 is petabytes. Petabytes 1,000 by 1,000 means exabyte, right? Yes, to convert in next level, divide by divide operation. Okay. So you can now this is It's just mathematics, calculations. That's it. Here. Calculations. So this is. So in a cluster, we can store up to 8.5 exabyte, right? Means lot of data. Okay, lot of data. Okay. Now currently here, very big cluster is Yahoo. Yahoo, yeah, they have tested cluster with 6,000 nodes. Now currently very big cluster is nodes cluster is available. Yes, nowhere 10,000 supports. They are saying that 10,000 supports here. Yahoo, they have tested successfully 6,000 nodes. Yes, very 6,000 nodes means very big data set, right? It's not easy 6,000 nodes. Okay. Yes, Yahoo, they have tested with 6,000 nodes here. 6,000 nodes cluster is available in the world. Okay, it's a big cluster. Yahoo is having very big cluster. Okay, others don't have this. Okay, others don't have. Okay, yes. So like this here. So in a data center, total data center, this much of data we can store here. One data center we can store this much of data. Right? Okay. Suppose still data is there. Still data is there. Yes, we can go for one more data, second data center. Hiring one more building. Yes, one data center, one building. Yes, if you want one more data center, we should have one more here. 1 second, let me show that. Yes, your main document. This is your main document. Yes, I'll share this main document here. So this document is for you only. Yeah, this is data center. One building, a building data center like this. Okay, all the nodes are filled. Yes, just hiring one more building, their data center setup. Next, one more data center like this. Okay. Yes, Amazon, many data centers they are doing setup here. Amazon, okay, very big. They have the very big data centers. Okay. Yes, Amazon, they have planned 3 data centers in Hyderabad. Yes, in Hyderabad. Yes, recently one data center. Yes, that foundation stone is done laid. Yes, in some nearby. Yes, TCS, I think nearby airport. Okay. Yes, one data center like that. Three data centers they are set up. They are going to set up in Hyderabad. Amazon they are going to set up for 3 data centers. Already one data center started work started. 2 more data centers they are identifying places in Hyderabad. Okay, they are planning to invest 25,000 crores in Hyderabad. 25,000 crores. This much of investment in Hyderabad. Okay. Yes, Hyderabad will be a future hub for the software field, no doubt, 100%. Worldwide. Okay, like a Silicon Valley here, Hyderabad definitely 100% it will be a software hub in the future. Many companies are coming here. Every day one company is coming to Hyderabad. Okay, now many data centers are shifting to Hyderabad. New upcoming data centers all are coming to Hyderabad because of many reasons, various factors like government policy. Okay, next weather, next transportation facility. Like this, so many various reasons are there to coming to Hyderabad. Various facilities are there. Not only government policy here, yes, even facilities providing here. Next infrastructure in Hyderabad. Next environmental, like a balanced environment in Hyderabad. Okay, less temperature because of many reasons. Pollution also very less compared to Delhi, Bangalore, and Pune and all the areas. Hyderabad pollution is very less. So because of the so many reasons here, yes, most of the companies are moving. Not only software companies, now pharma industry. Yes, most of the pharma industry companies are moving to Hyderabad. Okay, pharma industry. Yes, it will be big hub for the pharma industry also. Software pharma industry. Hyderabad definitely will be big hub for that because of its facilities. Okay. Yes. Yes, we are seeing in news every day that IT minister is opening every day one software company, one company, one pharma company, and software company, pharma industry. So every day is opening one company. So one day pharma company, another day software company. These two has become major in Hyderabad. Okay. Yes. Yes, so this is data center like this. Yes, like this, moving to next data center, next data center, next data center like this. Like this, multiple data centers. They can set up multiple data centers. Multiple data centers in different countries, different areas, they can set up here. And okay, so this is just storage. That means there's no limit on storage, right? In Hadoop, there's no limit. Okay, data storage. See, so what is big data? Big data challenges. See that big data. What are the challenges for big data here? First is storage problem, right? Storage problem. Storage problem. In big data here, storage problem. Okay, storage problem, right? Yes, traditional systems are not in a position. Traditional systems are not in a position to store big data, right? Yes, traditional systems are not in a position to store big data, right? Yes, in Hadoop we can overcome that here. Hadoop provides best solution. What is the solution here? Yes, if nodes are all nodes are filled here, we can add some more nodes. Adding 5 nodes, next to 5, next to 5, next to 5, next to 5, or 10 also sometimes. Adding 10 nodes, next to 10 without disturbing existing cluster. Without disturbing existing cluster, we can add first 10 nodes, next 10, next 10 like this. Okay. This is not theory here. Practically, I will explain. Once we started Hadoop here, practically I will explain how to add the node to existing cluster. Practically, I will show that. Multi-node cluster, practically I will explain it here. Adding nodes to existing cluster, practically I will explain. Not theory concepts here. What I'm explaining in theory here, same thing I'll explain practically also. We'll discuss practically here. Okay. So how to add the node to cluster without disturbing existing cluster? Yes, we'll see practically the topic. Okay. So like this, by adding nodes continuously, we can store any amount of data, huge amount of data. There's no limit. There's the limit of storage. Yes, traditional system there's a limit here. Traditional systems, yes, once reaches some stage cannot. Traditional system there's a limit is there. Traditional systems is limited, but in Hadoop there's no limit here. Hadoop there's a limit. There's no limit. Yes, any amount of data we can store it here. So that is solution from the data storage set. Any amount of data can be stored into Hadoop cluster by adding nodes. This is solution from the Hadoop. Big data storage solution is this. Okay, right? Now storage here. Yes, storage. Yes, here traditional systems following what here? Yes, following what? Yes, vertical scaling, right? Traditional systems vertical scaling. It's a vertical scaling, right? Vertical scaling. It's a vertical scaling. What is Hadoop? Hadoop follows what? Hadoop follows horizontal scaling here. Horizontal. Hadoop is a horizontal. Hadoop is a horizontal scaling, right? Horizontal scaling here. Okay. So traditional systems follows vertical scaling. Hadoop is a horizontal scaling here. Traditional system, it's a vertical. Yes, Hadoop is a horizontal. So what is vertical? What is horizontal here? Vertical scaling means increasing capacity of server. See, suppose initially server capacity, let us say 10 TB. This server traditional Oracle database capacity, let us say 10 TB. Oracle database capacity 10 TB, right? So 10 TB filled. Then adding disk, next adding disk, increasing volume, just increasing volume of disk, right? This is called vertical scaling. Vertical scaling. Yes, when come to Hadoop here, once cluster filled here, adding some more nodes. Not increasing capacity of nodes like this. Not increasing capacity of nodes. It's not increasing capacity of nodes here. Okay. So what is happening? Adding some more nodes. Okay, means adding servers. There are all servers here. Everything is served in Hadoop here. Okay. So in place of increasing volume here, just adding servers. Adding servers, right? Yes, adding servers. So Hadoop follows horizontal scaling means adding servers. In Hadoop, it's a concept of adding new servers, not increasing capacity of existing one here, just adding servers. Okay. So what is vertical scaling? So what is vertical scaling here? Vertical scaling. Vertical, yes, vertical scaling. Vertical scaling, yes, is a process. Is a process of increasing, yes, increasing capacity of server, right? Increasing capacity of server. Okay, increasing capacity of server, right? Okay, yes. Next, what is horizontal scaling here? Hadoop follows horizontal scaling. That means rather than increasing capacity server, just increasing number of servers. Horizontal scaling. Yes, is a process. Is a process of increasing. Yes, increasing number of servers. Number of servers. Number of servers. Yes, rather than yes. Then yes, increasing capacity. Increasing capacity. Right? Okay. Yes. Just increasing capacity. Yes. Increasing capacity. Yes. Just increasing number of servers. Just increasing number of servers. Right? Yes. Okay. So vertical scaling is a process of increasing capacity. Yes, it's an entry question. Yes, 100% question is. Can you differentiate between vertical scaling and horizontal scaling? Okay, vertical scaling, it's a process of increasing capacity of server care. Horizontal scaling is a process of increasing number of servers. Hadoop follows horizontal scaling. A traditional systems follows vertical scaling. That's the difference. Okay, fine. So the about storage. Okay, right? Next, one more doubt here. One more doubt. Here, suppose here data node 1. Suppose we are trying to load 100 GB data. Suppose trying to 100 GB data, trying to load 100 GB data. Suppose on node 1, for example here, on node 1, yes, suppose on node 1 TB free space available. Assume that 1 TB free space available. Yes, on node 1 TB free space available. Just assume that on node 1 TB free space available. But how much of data we are loading? Only 100 GB. Okay. Yes, here we are loading only 100 GB data, but this first node 1 itself is capable of storing 100 TB, right? 100, yes, sorry, 1 TB. This node is having 1 TB free space. That means, yes, that means 1024 GB free space, right? This node 1 is having 1024 GB free space, but we are loading how much? Only 100 GB data, but having big space, right? Yes, 1024 GB free space available. Yes, even 1024 GB free space available. This 100 GB will not store here. Okay. Yes, now this node 1 is capable of storing 100 GB. Yes, because 1000 GB free space available. Yes, even 1024 GB free space available. It won't store 100 GB into single node. Never. Because loss of data processing power. Loss of the data processing power. That topic we'll discuss next. Okay. Now this 100 GB. Yes, even that 100 GB free space on the first node itself here. 100 GB free space. Even 100 GB free space on the first node itself here. It won't store. Never storing. Yes, it will try to distribute on multiple nodes. Always data storage, distribute data storage, not single node. Never storing on single node. Never storing on single nodes. Okay. That 100 GB data has to distribute onto multiple nodes in cluster. Yeah, this is my experience. I have seen practically. I know that. Okay. Yes, even its available space, 100 GB free space available, even it's available, never storing. That all the 100 GB data try to distribute on multiple nodes in cluster. Always is a distributed data storage, not single server. Never storing at single server here. One files always storing in multiple servers, not single server. Reason we'll discuss now. Reason I'll explain that. Okay. Now let us move to data processing here. So second one. So data storage. A data storage, unlimited data can be stored into Hadoop here. Hadoop provides solution to store unlimited data. Okay, fine. Just by adding nodes to existing cluster, we can store unlimited data. So this is a solution from the Hadoop. Next, data processing. Next one. Okay, let us say about data processing. Yes. Data processing. Yeah, this also. Yes, traditional systems versus Hadoop. Traditional systems versus Hadoop. Okay. Yes, traditional systems, big data processing can't. Yes, traditional systems fails to process big data. If big data is there, traditional systems fails always. Okay. Yes, traditional systems takes more time Traditional system takes more time to process big data. Reason we'll see now here. Okay. See, in traditional system, yes, let me show that architecture. Suppose let us take Facebook application. Facebook application. Suppose this is your browser, your mobile. In your mobile, Facebook using, right? From your mobile, uploading photos into Facebook. So what happens in Facebook? Let us see that. Now Facebook this is Facebook application. So this is your browser. So this is browser, right? Browser. Next, this is Facebook application. Facebook app, right? Facebook app server, application server. Facebook app server, application is running as one system, server system, right? Now your browser data, your mobile data here. So what are uploading from the mobile, the data goes to Facebook application. Okay, suppose some your photos uploading, right? Sharing your information, videos and audios. So your browser data simply goes to Facebook application, right? Yes, from that. Next, data goes to database, storing to database. Database. The database server. Data simply goes to database server. Right? So this is simple web application like this. So this is traditional system. Traditional system web application. This web application. Web app is like this. Web app or enterprise application. Architecture is like this. Web app. Traditional system web app is like this. Okay. Yes. Next. Okay. Fine. So this is what is happening. Suppose request for the profile or login. Let us say login request. Login request. So first your login request simply goes to application here. Okay. Application has to connect to database. So application connect database. Connecting here. Suppose for example here, users. There are 20 lakhs of users. Just assume that yes, 2 millions of users. 2 millions of users. Okay. 2 millions means 20 lakhs. 1 million equal to 10 lakhs. 20 lakh. Okay. So 2 million, 1 million is equal to 10 lakhs. 2 millions of users in database. Okay, 2 million means 20 lakhs of users. 20 lakh of accounts, right? Now what happens here? When Facebook application started, all the 20 lakh of users that data, yes, 20 lakh of that records, all the records moves to Facebook application. Data moving from server, data moves to application. So whenever login request comes, check here and sending response, right? So what happened? Data moving via internet. Okay, data moving via internet and storing temporarily. Whenever request comes here, yes, checking here and sending response, right? Suppose any operations are done in this data here, that will be refreshing. Yes, every time that user table, suppose new user created, the user table updated, right? Once updated here, yeah, that is refreshing the application. So what is happening here? The 20 lakh of records, the total data is moving to Facebook application. This is traditional system. What is happening in Java? Okay, yes, I worked on many applications. So what is happening in Java application? It's like this. Maybe traditional application, Java application or .NET application, maybe ERP, Oracle ERP or SAP, they are all of traditional systems. In traditional systems, what happens here? Data moves to application logic. Yes, login program running here, right? Suppose login. This is login. Yes, login dot class, Java dot class file. Java dot class, login dot class means that login logic is here, right? Application logic is here, right? Data moves to logic location. The logic working on data, then response sent to the browser, right? So the remote data transfer location, data transfer. So total data transfer network, right? If that internet, it has transfer. It's a remote system, right? See, in production environment, this server running somewhere. applications running somewhere, database somewhere, two different network, two different systems in network. Yes, there's a big data center. Yes, in big data center, suppose application is running in this rack, application server. So database may be in this server, right? So you can this location, this data has to transfer. Database server running here, application is running here. The data has to move to application location, right? Data transfer time taken to transfer data, right? Okay. Next, here logic. Yes, one database server, one application, that's it here. So this is traditional system. In traditional system, once you submit request here, data moves to that logic location. Data moves to logic location after response to the client. That is traditional system. Yes, in Hadoop is different. In Hadoop different. Hadoop is reverse. That application logic login program moves to server location, data location. Reverse. Login program moves database location. Login or suppose searching for user. Search dot class, right? Search dot class. Maybe login program or search program, correct? That search logic. The search logic moves to database server. Okay, that is Hadoop. In traditional systems, what happens in traditional system, data moves to application location. Mean the search logic location here. The business logic. Okay, data moves to logic. Means program. Alright? Yes, but in Hadoop, that logic, that means dot class, that program moves to database server location. So where such dot class is running here on database location here. Such dot class, this is running here, right? That is Hadoop. In such dot class for running here, taking data. So data becomes local. Okay, so such dot class for running on the same database, right? Same server. So data becomes local. For Hadoop, it's a data local. Okay. Yes, when come to this here, traditional systems, what data is remote. That remote data transferred to such logic location here. Data has to move. Data is remote. Remote data has to move. But in Hadoop, what happens here? Reverse. The such dot class file. The application logic moves to data location, right? So wherever data is available, that application logic moves to data location. That is Hadoop. Okay. Now let us come to cluster here. Let us come to cluster. Let me take cluster here. Cluster. Yes, cluster. So this is traditional system. Next, Hadoop. Hadoop. Yes. Now Hadoop. Now it's a job submission request. What is the job? Yes, search. Job submission is a search. Searching for it. The job is search. Search job. Search dot class. Search dot class, right? Now that request goes to name node. Name node taking search dot class file. After taking search dot class file, what is next step? What happens here? What is next step here? See, users information. That user file. Suppose, for example, name of the file is users.dat or CSV file. Comma separate values. That user.data file. That users information is in the form of file. In Hadoop, everything is file. In Hadoop, everything is file. So our database in tables. In traditional systems, database tables. But same thing, data in the form of files. Files with security. Okay. Hadoop file directly can't secure. They secure. Like a OS. See, in operating system, you can open directly, you can open C files, right? But in Hadoop, you can't see like that. That facility is available. Hadoop files are secure. For this, some interface is given. Through that interface, you can access directly contact. Like a OS, like the operating system, Hadoop files you can't open directly here. For this, Hadoop provides an interface. Okay. For that interface, also some login credentials. If login credentials are satisfying, then giving interface. Using that interface, you can access. Yes, we'll see that next. Okay. Yes, Hadoop. Yeah, data in the files, right? Suppose user.csv file, right? Suppose this is with 100 GB data. Not 100 GB data. Yes, user.csv file. Same 20 lakh of records. The 20 lakh of records, right? 20 lakh of records. Okay. So 20 lakh of records, right? So 20 lakh of records. Okay. Now 20 lakh of records distributing under 20 nodes in class, right? Okay. The data distributed not in single system. Data distributed here. Okay. So data distributed. It's a distributed data service. So on the first node 1 lakh here, first 1 lakh, next 1 lakh, next node here, second lakh, right? That second lakh, first lakh and second lakh of records, the third lakh, fourth lakh is 20 lakhs of records and nodes. 20 lakhs of records and 20 nodes. Data distributed on 20 nodes. So 20 lakhs of records and 20 nodes, right? But in case of traditional system, all the 20 lakh of records in single server. In traditional system, get all the total data, all that users information, okay, total data in the single table. In single table, yes, tables cannot, you can't break this table. You can't split the table. One table and only one database server. You can't store on multiple servers. So in single table, user table here, in single table, all 20 lakhs of records available. Okay, only single table means only one server. Okay, that all 20 lakhs of records are only one server. When come to Hadoop here, the 20 lakhs of records distributed onto 20 nodes in cluster. 20 lakhs of records were distributed on 20 nodes in cluster, right? Same data is on 20 servers. Same data on 20 servers. Fine. That is storage, okay. Now, when you submit that request here, such dot class file is submitted. That request simply goes to name node. Now, name node, yes, name node knows, yes, in how many nodes the data is available. Next, location also name node knows. Name node will maintain that information here. That is nothing but metadata, like rack ID, node ID, block ID. The topic we'll discuss next. Next coming metadata. We'll see next. So name node knows where and all that file data is loading. Because name node is responsible to distribute data, right? Name node is distributing here. Suppose user.csv file. This is distributed to the multiple nodes, right? Who will distribute it here? Name node will distribute. So name node will maintain that information here. Where that users data stored, right? That information maintained by name node. That is nothing but metadata. Metadata. So name node will maintain the metadata for that users.csv file. Suppose that file, this file stored on 20 nodes. All the 20 nodes addresses maintained by name node. Name node will maintain the 20 nodes addresses for user.csv file. Okay. So name node knows where and all that file is available. Where and all that file data is available. Okay, fine. Now it is search dot class. Yes, job submission. Now such request come to name node, right? Yes, on receiving such request here, name node takes the search dot class file. After taking search dot class file here, it creates a copy. It creates a copy of search dot class file. Yes, how many copies? 20 copies. It creates 20 copies. Name node creates 20 copies of such dot class file. Name node creates 20 copies of such dot class file here. After creating 20 copies here, each copy move to separate nodes here. Yes, on this node, one such dot class file. Next node, one more such dot class file. Next node, one more such dot class file. Next one more like this. 20 nodes, 20 such dot class file. Creating 20 copies. Just creating 20 copies and moving on to 20 nodes, right? Now this search dot class has to process this 1 lakh of records. This search dot class has to process next 1 lakh, right? So each such logic has to process only 1 lakh of records. Now these are happening parallelly. 20 search dot class files are running parallelly here. That means 20 servers are working. Yes, in Hadoop for the same data, 20 servers working here. But in traditional system, only one server working here. In traditional system, only one server working here. In traditional systems, only one server. But in Hadoop, how many here? 20 servers. For the same requirement, same data, 20 servers running, right? Yes, if 20 servers running parallelly, that gives a more performance, right? That gives a more performance. Yes. Next, one more thing here. One more. See, on each server by default, two slots available. What is that slots here? I'll tell you. Available. Two slots, nothing but containers. Two containers. Yes, container is to run the program. Yes, on each node there are two containers. Yeah, that we can make it 4 also. That can be configured 4 also. Configured to 4 also. If requirement is there, we can configure to 4 also. That means 4 containers. Totally on each node 4 containers. Now what happens here? Data node 1 taking search.class file, just it creates copy of search.class file loading into first container, next second container, third container, fourth container. So the data node takes search.class file and creates 4 copies. Creates 4 copies. Creates 4 copies, right? 4 copies. So 4 copies loading into 4 containers. 4 copies loading into 4 containers. Okay, that means 4 copies running parallelly. So 4 copies running on 1 lakh of records. So 1 lakh divided by 4, how much here? 25,000. That means each search.class file has to process only 25,000 records. Okay, see here 1 lakh divided by 4 means 25,000 records, right? The search.class has to process only 25,000 records. Okay, so for each 25,000 records, this is search.class file, right? Search.class file. So what is happening here? How many running totally here? 20 nodes multiplied by 4 containers. Totally how many here? 80 containers, means 80 programs running parallelly. 80 programs running parallelly. So 20 lakh divided by 80,000 is equal to 25,000. 20 lakh divided by 80 containers means is 25,000, right? So each program, that each search.class file has to process only 25,000 records. So all are happening parallelly here. All are running 80 copies are running parallelly. So these are nothing but mapped jobs, mapped programs. That means 80 programs running parallelly. So 80 programs are processing 20 lakhs of records. Okay. Yes, obviously getting more performance, right? In traditional system, only one application, only one database. But when come to Hadoop here, yes, 20 servers. On 20 servers, each server 4 right? Totally 80, right? 20 servers and 80 program logics, right? Yes, 80 programs are here. Traditional system, one program, one database. Traditional system, one program, one database server. But when come to Hadoop here, 20 servers, on each server 4 programs are running parallel here. That means 20 servers and 80 programs. Now here one program, that one search.class file, one copy is responsible to process only 25,000 records. So what is happening finally here? So time taken, see time taken to process 25,000 records. 25,000, yes, records enough to process whole data. To process whole data, right? Because parallel running, right? It's running parallelly. So time taken to process 25,000 records. Time taken to process 25,000 records enough to process whole data. So time taken to process 25,000 records. 25,000 records enough to process whole data. Simply correct. So time taken to process 25,000 records enough to process whole data. Yes. Yes. Now let me tell you some example here. Suppose traditional database to process 20 lakh of records taking 20 minutes of time. 20 minutes of time here. Yes, traditional database server to process 20 millions of records taking 20 minutes of time, right? 20 minutes. Then Hadoop takes how much here? How much time required for Hadoop here? Okay, how much time for Hadoop? Let us calculate that. How much? Yes, how much time taken by Hadoop? Okay, how much time taken by Hadoop here? Yes, how much time taken by Hadoop? That is question, right? Yes. Yes. Now, how to calculate this? See, traditional database server is taking 20 minutes to process 20 lakh of records. 20 lakh of records. 20 lakh of records, right? 20 lakh of records. Okay. Traditional database server taking 20 minutes to process 20 lakh of records. Okay. Then Hadoop takes how much time here? Yes, how to calculate this? See, 20 lakh of records. On each node only 1 lakh, right? 1 lakh. So that means 20 lakhs of records, 20 no one system 20 minutes, right? 20 lakh of records. Okay. Same thing here. If it is Hadoop nodes, each node, how much time taking care? So that means how much time? 20 lakh of records divided by 20 minutes, 1 lakh, right? To process 1 lakh of records, how many minutes? 1 minute enough, right? 20 lakhs, 20 minutes. 20 lakhs, 20 minutes. 1 lakh, how much required? 1 minute is enough here. 1 lakh of records, 1 minute. Okay. Now 1 lakh of records, 1 lakh of records, 1 lakh of records is equal to 1 minute. 1 lakh of records equal to 1 minute, right? 1 minute enough, right? Now here only 25,000 records parallelly processing, right? 25,000 records. Okay, 25,000 records. How many here? 25k records. How many here? That 1 minute divided by 4 is equal to how much here? 15 seconds. Enough. 15 seconds, right? Same data. If it is traditional system taking 20 minutes here, traditional system taking 20 minutes, traditional system taking 20 minutes here, same data Hadoop can process within 15 seconds. Traditional system taking 20 minutes, traditional system taking 20 minutes here, same data Hadoop can process within 15 seconds. Yes, there's a lot of difference, right? Yes, where is 20 minutes? Okay, yes, where is 15 seconds? 20 minutes and 15 seconds. There's a lot of difference, right? So here, traditional system taking 20 minutes. For the same data, Hadoop takes only 15 seconds. So for traditional system taking only 1 minute, then Hadoop, how much here? How much time required here? Milliseconds. Just in milliseconds, you can finish here. Milliseconds enough. Milliseconds. Okay, maybe 10 milliseconds or 15 milliseconds enough to finish that. Within milliseconds, it can finish here. So Hadoop, yes, traditional system taking 1 minute here. That case, Hadoop just milliseconds enough here. Maybe 10 milliseconds like this. Enough here. Okay. So this is data processing, data storage and data processing here. Okay. Yes, Hadoop can process big data also within short time. Hadoop can process big data also within short time here. So Hadoop provides best solution. Hadoop provides best solution, yes, to store big data and processing big data. So Hadoop solution is like this. Okay. Data storage is a distributed data storage. Data storage is a distributed data storage. Data processing is a parallel processing. Parallelly processing, data processing is a parallel processing. Parallelly, multiple servers running here. Parallel processing here. Data processing is a parallel processing. That's it. So this is data storage and data processing. Okay. Yeah. Next one. Yes. High-end hardware, very large files. Yeah. These topics tomorrow will continue. Today I can't finish here. Tomorrow will continue. So let us wind up for today. Right. Yes. Any doubts? If no doubts, I'll wind up session for today. Tomorrow will continue for the other features. Okay, right? So thank you guys. See you tomorrow. Yes, any doubts for today? No doubts? Yes.